This is what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight. Now, I've actually forgotten to go to the shops, so I don't have much food in the house. So I'm gonna show you a really quick, easy meal that all you need is a few vegetables, a nice piece of chicken. We're just gonna chop it up, slap it in the oven, and off we go. So the first thing I wanna do is switch my oven on, okay? And I wanna preheat it. So I'm putting this on to 450 degrees. So I'm gonna preheat my oven. Then, as soon as I've done that, I'm gonna start chopping up some of my vegetables, okay? I'm gonna bring in the camera so you can see as I'm chopping. I'm not the best at chopping. But before I do that, I'll just show you what else I got here. I've got a chicken, okay? Oh, didn't even know I had them in there. Okay, so I've got a chicken and I have a couple of chicken legs by the look of it. My wife must have sneaked them in earlier. So I've got a chicken, I've got some vegetables, and I've also got some potatoes. With the chicken, I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm just going to put some olive oil over my chicken. Nice bit of olive oil. Because I don't have a lot in the house right now, I'm going to put some olive oil on, and I'm going to grab some sea salt. Not too much, whoa. Okay, I'm just going to sprinkle a bit of the sea salt on the chicken, and I'll show you in a minute. I'll bring the camera in nice and close. So that's probably about 2-3 pinches of sea salt. Okay, not table salt. We do not use table salt. We only use sea salt. Okay, I'm going to save some of that for later. And I'm going to grab a pinch of paprika as well. I'm not using the hand that's touched the chicken. I'm going to cover it in paprika because I love paprika. You can use whatever spice you like. Okay, so you can see I've rubbed the chicken with olive oil, and I've put some sea salt on there, and then I've put the paprika on the top. Okay, the oven's warming up, and then what I'm going to do in a minute, I'm going to put all the vegetables into this tray with the potatoes, slap on a little bit more olive oil, a little bit of water in there, cover it in foil and slam it in the oven for about an hour, and then we'll crisp it up. So here we go. We've got, unfortunately I haven't got a lot because I was working late tonight. So I've got a tomato, a pepper, a couple of onions, a chili pepper, and I've got my potatoes. So all I'm going to do, let's just do the onions first because they are the most annoying. I just chop the ends off, okay? Cut the ends off, and you just peel all this skin off. We don't want that. So the brown, papery style skin. So depending on your onions and your skill, depends on how quickly you can do this. Obviously because I'm filming, everything goes wrong and takes longer. Now normally with a dish like this I would put lots of garlic in there. Okay, I love garlic. Unfortunately, as I said, I don't really have much in the house, and I've run out of garlic. And if you could see me right now, you would see that I'm starting to cry. Some people, onions don't seem to affect them, but me, oh man, it really kills me when I cut onions. So if anyone's got any ideas of how to do this, then let me know. I'll cut that one in a minute because I just want to show you what I'll do with the other vegetables. Tomatoes, I like to keep them big and chunky. I like them big, I like them chunky. So I'll chop up the tomatoes and keep them in chunks. Okay. Obviously I don't have Jamie Oliver knife skills, but there's a bit of skill there. The pepper, I'm just going to cut into little pieces. Okay, I keep all the seeds in. These peppers I've had before, so I know that they're not really killer spicy. Okay, if you want to chop them even smaller, what you can do, you can kind of hold the knife here at the end. So put the end into the chopping board, and then just chop down like this. So you can chop. You can do this to any foods, any vegetables. If you're not very good at chopping, a bit like me, this is a good way to get things small. And then just keep bringing it into a small pile, blade in, chop, chop, chop. Okay, nice easy way to chop up food. And there you go, looking good already. The pepper, lots of different ways. I tend to just go round the stalk, round and round and round. Be careful you do not cut your hand. And then I just pop this end piece out, put it aside. Sometimes it's got little bits still left on. I just eat those, okay? Once I've chopped that, this again, I'm gonna keep nice and chunky. And I just took a lot of chili pepper into my mouth then by accident. Now my mouth is on fire. So here, you see, I just keep these, just all these chunks, chunked up. Chunky, chunky, chunky. Okay. It doesn't really matter what color peppers you use. In fact, I wish I had more. Now, so once I've chopped everything up, okay, it's looking good. And then all I'm going to do is I'll move this to the side, bring back my chicken, and all I'm going to do is chuck it all in. Okay, so I'm just going to spread it all around, all over the base of the tray. So it all goes around. Doesn't matter if it sticks to the chicken. Get it all in there, seeds and everything. Okay. Slide that back over there. Then I've got some potatoes. All right. I don't peel my potatoes. I just give them a quick clean. And again with the potatoes, I'm just going to cut them into sliced chunks. Keep them all about the same thickness. Okay, I'm just going to cut a few of these potatoes up. Again, making sure that you're nice and steady with the knife. If you've got a big one like this one, it's a bit big. Cut it into two pieces so you've got flat edges. Put the flat bits onto the chopping board. Okay, and then you can chop without worrying about cutting your hands. Okay. So there we go. Now all I do again is take my potatoes, boom, 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 slap them in there, boom, boom, boom. Okay. And you know, I've been working late tonight. I've had a few clients. I've been quite busy, and it'd be really easy for me just to go and get a takeaway when I'm feeling like this. But I know I love good food. I love real food, and I want to make sure that I eat healthy, even though I don't have much time. As you can see, that took me a couple of minutes to do. As long as I had the ingredients in my house, it's all there. And spices, garlic, things like this, you can make it tastier than I have. This is quite plain, but it's still going to taste great. So then I just get a little bit more olive oil, and I just glug some olive oil all over again. Again, a little bit more on there. If I wanted to add anything else now, I could. Maybe some black pepper, some salt. I'll also, just to make sure it doesn't dry out, I'm going to pour some water into the tray. Okay, that water will evaporate and it will soak up a little bit into the food. So all I'm going to do is cover it with tin foil. Nice and easy. There you go, covered with tin foil, and then we're just going to pop that in the oven. I'll take this over here. And it's in the oven. How easy was that? I'm going to take it out. Woo, that's hot. Okay, let's have a look. Just going to take this off. Okay, so it looks good. Let's take a fork. As you can see, everything is starting to go soft. The potatoes, they're all starting to soften up a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this back in for about 15 more minutes. Okay. Yeah. About 15 to 20 more minutes. Because my oven, I'm sure it's not as hot as it used to be. So 15 to 20 more minutes. And then we're going to remove the foil and put it back in for about another 15 to 20 minutes just to get it nice and crispy. Oh. Woo. Heavy bird. Okay, now that is looking good. Look at that. Lovely. So it's starting to get there, yeah. Potatoes are all soft. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to leave the foil off. Okay? I'm going to leave the foil off. And what that'll do, that'll give the bird some time to basically crisp up the skin. I'm adding some water because if not, because I've got no foil on there, it's all going to evaporate from the tray. So if we don't add a bit of water, what'll happen in about 10 to 15 minutes, it will go dry and I'll start to burn the bottom of the tray. So I'm going to put that back in for another maybe 15 minutes. And then we'll come back and it should be ready to eat. So see it in 15 minutes time. And here we go. Here's dinner. Looks lovely, right? Chicken's cooked. Potatoes are nice and soft. Yep. Look at that. Still just right. A little bit firm, but soft enough so the fork sinks in. And we know this chicken looks good. Oh yeah. Yeah, it feels good. Chicken's ready.